As you well know, the best way to learn something, the best way to get your head wrapped around the technology is to get your hands on that technology, and I can't stress it strongly enough that it's exactly what you need to do with SQL Server. Now, the good news is you don't have to pay a dime for this. If you go out to Microsoft's website, if you just go to www.microsoft.com/SQL, SQL, you can search, you can look around out there, and you can find the SQL Server Enterprise 180-day evaluation. Now, this is a full working copy of SQL Server Enterprise Edition. You can download this and install it. You're going to download an ISO file. You can either burn that onto a DVD, or you can load it up into a virtual machine, which I'll talk about in just a few minutes. Now, I would go out to Microsoft's site and show you where to get this, but they move it around from time to time, and by the time you see this video, it might not be in the same place. So just go to Microsoft.com and do a search on SQL Server Evaluation. Now, at some point in the not too distant future, when I'm making this video, you're going to see a SQL Server 2008 Release 2 come out. There'll be a little bit different functionalities and so forth, but nothing drastic is going to change as far as administration here. So if you see R2, you might want to grab that, as long as it's the release version. Next thing that you probably want to get and take a look at is Microsoft Virtual PC. Now, this is where you can run these products in a virtual environment. And Virtual PC, you can download this for free from Microsoft's website. And if you've never used it, what this is going to do when you install Virtual PC, this will allow you to build or create other machines and run them in a virtualized window environment on your desktop. Now, this is really cool stuff. If you've never done it before, you just need to go download this and play with it and look at it. Now, the way this ties in is back up here. If you remember, I told you to go download the 180-day evaluation of SQL Server Enterprise, and you're going to pull down, I don't know how many, couple gigs of files, and it's going to be an ISO file. Well, after you've installed Virtual PC and created a new environment, you don't have to burn this ISO to a DVD to use it. You can just point your virtual machine to that ISO, and it will install SQL Server as if it's reading a CD or a DVD. So really cool stuff, the way that works out for you. Now, there are instances out there, and I'll just go ahead and warn you, if you're running Windows 7, depending on the computer you have and the processor you have and blah, 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 you may not be able to run some virtual PC products or some virtual products. Now, what I have found, especially in the Windows 7 world, is when I can't run Virtual PC, I can run VirtualBox, which came from Sun Microsystems, and it's an open source version. It does the very same thing as Virtual PC. There's not a whole lot of differences, and as a matter of fact, we've already talked at VTC about creating a quick start video on this virtual environment. But one of these two products will allow you to run SQL Server. You'll have to create the virtual area, load an operating system, say Windows Server 2008, which you can also download for free in evaluation form. And this is a great way to get your hands on this and play with it without damaging your current machine or fouling anything up on it. I would strongly suggest get your hands on it. By the way, when you get SQL Server Enterprise on this 180-day evaluation, you're going to load it. It's going to run. When you get down to the last few days, it's going to warn you 21 days, 20, 19, 18. Just a simple thing to do is just uninstall it before the 180 days runs out, and then just turn around and reinstall it, and you get another 180 days. So grab these, play with them. If you don't want to go the virtual route with Virtual PC or VirtualBox, then just install SQL Server on your laptop or on your server. Everything should be just fine for you.